Maybe you are swamped and bombarded by all these promises and messages out there that will promise you to double or triple your income in 3 months' time. Maybe even increase your Instagram following, double it, or save you so much more time. And you're like, all right, well, it's all great, but if everybody is promising the same thing and different strategies, how true is it? And isn't this too good to be true? Maybe you're even thinking, you know what, I have my own business, but I have no idea how I'm going to create a message like that because it's not as measurable at the beginning. And maybe you feel a little bit discouraged, even cynical because of these promises, but also discouraged on how you're going to help your clients that way. And I get it, because I was at the same place where you are right now. But in this video, I'd like to share with you 3 tips on how you can actually create a message that gives people what they want, but also helps you to stay true to your message and what you really, really value, what the value you really add. Hi guys, my name is Michelle and I'm your Brand Rebel word wizard and the founder of the Be a Brand Rebel Academy. And you know what? I really believe that a brand creates something that lasts, a message that lasts. And that has nothing to do with quick fixes. It has to do with long-term results. It has to not just results, but actually creating something that makes impact. And that is something that is not always as measurable from the start. And maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're like, well, everybody is always promising, for example, when you're in the weight loss business or in the health business, everybody is promising weight loss because that's what people want. Sure, it's what people want, yes, but maybe you're like, well, that doesn't resonate with my philosophy because it's not about the weight loss, it's about self-esteem. But how are you going to measure self-esteem? And maybe you have all these questions that you're like, you know what, I have no idea how to package my message, how to wrap it up in such a way that will resonate with my audience so that they will actually want to work with me without ignoring what I truly stand for. And I understand that can be quite challenging, because what we've been taught by marketers for so long is that people want measurable results. It's actually quite true, because the measurables help us to understand it, and especially the left part of the brain wants data, whereas the right part is more about the imagination and it doesn't have to be as measurable. So actually what you want to do is create a message that balances out both of them. So how are you going to do that? Well, I have 3 tips for you that will help you to rethink your message right now. And how you incorporate these tips is up to you. But I would say, these 3 things that are really going to help you in framing a message that will have the right depth, but also the right effect on your audience. And the first step that you want to take right now, if you feel that magic that you're doing for your client is not measurable, and if you say, well, of course, the weight loss or relationship that improves or the money that they're gonna make is only later on in the process, then find a way to create measurables in the first stage on the long run. Now, of course, there is this quick fix and long-term approach here that you wanna, you only want to work with clients who are in it for the real thing, for the real results, for the long run. You don't want to be the one to give them quick fixes. But the problem is the customer does want the quick fix as well. So what you want to do is you want to look at the result that they might get from the start and see how you can make that measurable. Even though the real results that they want might be measurable only later on in the process, but you want to find something that you can help them with straight away and see how that becomes measurable. So you could ask a question at the beginning before working with you, and then ask the same question after working with you. and make sure that the question has some kind of rating in it. So you will ask them, for example, if you're in the health industry, so how would you rate your current physical fitness right now? Or maybe, how would you rate your self-esteem right now? So from a scale from 1 to 10, 1 to 5, whatever you want to work with, ask them how they would rate it right now. And then after working with you for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, maybe a couple of days, it doesn't matter, you will ask the same question again and see the difference. That will help you to create a measurable result that will, give them a quite quick output already on something that might usually not be as measurable. I've actually applied this myself after working with one of my mentors, who said that, you know what, Michelle, I'm in the business to business industry, obviously. And what is the thing that businesses want? They want to save money, save time, or they want to make money, basically. So I do that. Obviously, I do that. I will get them these results, but it's usually a little bit further on in the process. And it's something that's a little bit more difficult for them to understand, especially the money-making thing. You first have to position your brand and increase your visibility before you can actually increase your prices, and before you will notice that you'll get more clients. So the initial result that I get people, and that's something that I've been listening to my clients really well on the feedback that they're giving me, and they told me, you know what? After working with you for 1 or 2 sessions, or in my trainings, in my workshops, just after one morning, oh my God, it feels like my business is coming to life. And I was like, hey, I've heard that a couple of times now. So there's something about the vibrancy of their brand that wasn't there before. So what I'm doing now, especially people who attend my events and the live event, the 3-day events, I ask them, so what if you could rate the livelihood of your brand right now, the vibrancy of it, if it would have a pulse, how would you rate that on a scale from 1 to 10? And usually they would say that it feels like there is a heartbeat, but it's quite weak, like a 4 on a scale from 1 to 10. And then after the event, I will ask them the same question, and they will actually give me the feedback that it has increased to a 9, and it feels alive and vibrant and juicy and amazing, and they feel a lot more confidence. I ask the same question around their certainty and confidence in sharing their message. So this has actually helped me, just rethinking the somewhat intangible results that I get my clients, have rethinking that and creating a measurable around it, asking them to rate it before and after, will give me some straightforward, tangible results. So that's something that you could do for your business as well. That is the first thing. Now, the second thing that you specifically want to rethink when it comes to your message is that, you know what, sometimes you need to wrap it up in the gift wrapping paper that they think they need, and actually what you're giving them is something different. Like Henry Ford didn't give them what they thought they wanted. They thought they wanted a carriage with 2 horses, for example, but he gave them a car. People didn't know they want a car, but he still gave it to them because that's the power and the strength and that they needed in something to get them from A to B. So sometimes people don't know what they need, but you need to tune into what they think they need right now, and then actually give them something different. So that's the second strategy, is to make sure that you really understand what your clients think they need, tune into that, and eventually give them the even better experience. Make sure that you really put in your magic and all the love and all the purpose and everything that is going to get them that fantastic result, and they will be blown away. All right. The third strategy, however, is to still incorporate that there is a deeper message here. So don't only focus on all these data, don't only focus on all these measurables, because that's left brain, but also make sure that you spark their imagination and you give them something more than that. And it is all right to appeal to their need to contribute, to appeal to their need for something bigger than just, money making. And, by really communicating your vision and that dream that you have for this world, and how you actually want to help them appeal to their need for significance, for example, of how important it is for you to help them move forward, that will definitely appeal, help them understand how invested you are in moving them forward. And that will definitely help them choose you as well. All right, I hope that inspires, guys. I don't know where you're watching this video, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram, maybe on Facebook. Please give me a like, give me some love. Let me know if this helps you in any way. Share it if it does. And I will happily see you next week.